The books that are turned around on here are books that I failed to read off of my physical TBR. And most of them have been there since 2021.
I'm finally making book vlogs. I didn't do a very good job.
That does not get me excited.
But like, you're a grown woman. Why is that still bothering you? Hey guys, what's up? It's Chas. Welcome back to my channel. I'm finally making book vlogs. As I said in the intro, everything that is turned around are books that I have yet to read and have been purchased and on my shelf for at least 5 years now. Up here are many of Book Talk's most loved books. And by Book Talk, I mean like 2021, like prime Book Talk. We have a little bit of everything sprinkled in here. We have Ellie Hazelwood, Polly Black, Cruel Prince, the entire To All the Boys I Love Before trilogy. Good Girl Bad Blood. I did read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Did not read Good Girl Bad Blood. Same thing with One of Us is Lying. I read that. I did not read One of Us is Next. Throne of Glass. And up here, Emily Henry. Now, as for my favorite booktubers, all of them love Emily Henry, and I cannot get into her books. I've tried to read both People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read so many times it's not even funny, and I just end up DNFing it within the first like 10-20 pages. So in this video, I am reading People We Meet on Vacation. I'm making myself read the entire thing. Is this probably gonna end in a reading slump? I would say yeah. I really hope not. Also, in the intro, my bookshelf was not right here. It was over there. And then this happened whenever I tried to move it. So this is actually an entirely new bookshelf, courtesy of my mother.
I'm going to preface this by saying I have tried to start this book probably 4 times and I cannot get past the first 20 pages. Oh, here's my book of the month bookmark from when I got this book, again in like 2021. I'm on page 25, I'm on chapter 2. So, but I need to read them because they're super popular and I just need to do it. So I'm gonna force myself to do it. I figured it out. Let me just... Page 6, so this is not really a spoiler. If you couldn't tell, I'm not that far into it. Alex Nilsson is a study in control. In that tall, broad, permanently slouched and/or pretzel-folded body of his, there's a surplus of stoicism, the result of being the oldest child of a widower with the most vocal anxiety of anyone I've ever met, and a stockpile of repression, the result of a strict religious upbringing in direct opposition to most of his passions, namely academia. Alongside the most truly strange, secretly silly, and intensely soft-hearted goofball I've had the pleasure of knowing. That does not get me excited for the book. Maybe I'm too critical. I can't help it. Are all the main characters that I read about these strong, burly, sporty? No, they're not. Let me think. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. That was and still is one of my favorite books ever. I read that while I was in middle school. Like, nobody knows about Morgan Matson, I swear. The male main character in that book was also nerdy. He was a love interest, kind of like know-it-all kind of thing. But I'm just not, it's not clicking. They're not clicking to me. And I know I'm literally 6 pages in. I haven't even made it to the actual first chapter. I'm still in the prologue. But that's it. It's the male main character. And Poppy's okay. I'm most definitely gonna have to read this on audiobook because a couple of y'all on TikTok said to read it on audiobook. So I'm gonna have to do that to even get anywhere in this book because it's not, how many pages is this book? How many pages? 361 pages and I'm on page 6. I'm gonna go sit in the living room and turn on the audiobook and hope that is entertaining enough for me to get through this.
My husband is yapping.
No, because I've never been a quarter of the way through a football game and been like, man, this is whack. It was really performative.
Not performative, I'm just trying to read it because I bought it forever ago. I really hope you can hear me over 2K in the background. It is way later, it's like a couple weeks later, because I read a different book instead of reading People We Meet on Vacation. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job with my assignment. Technically I did, because half of the assignment is reading the books that I haven't read off of my physical TBR. So I read one off of my bookshelf, but it wasn't People We Meet on Vacation. And then I also went to the library and got 2 other books that I'm not starting until I finish People We Meet on Vacation. Yeah, I don't know if I said that. I think I did. I'm 34% of the way through People We Meet on Vacation. I don't hate it. That's like, I hated We Were Liars. I hated We Were Liars with a burning passion. It was the worst book I've ever read. I would say I hated We Were Liars. I would not say I hated People We Meet on Vacation. It's getting better the more I read it, but I don't just like stop and think like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be reading this right now. You know? Good books will be like urging you to read them whenever you're doing anything else. And I just don't feel that way about this book. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. As long as we can get somebody to bed at a decent hour, not 1 a.m. He stopped looking at me. Then I'll keep reading it tonight. If not, I will pick back up on it tomorrow morning. It's been a few days since I finished People We Meet on Vacation. I literally got to like page 200 one day and just grinded it out and read the rest of the book in the day. So, I don't even know where to start. Like, it was okay. I had more fun during the flashbacks than I had with the present timeline. Obviously, until, you know, they actually got together. I really liked it after I got to page 200 because then I was just like going. Ended up finishing the book that day, like I said. But why did it take me 200 pages to get into it? You know? I don't know. At first, I didn't like Alex's character. And then the more that I read his character, the more I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like, his upbringing and everything made sense to me. And so I understand, like, why he was the way that he was. And I understand Poppy, too. But, like, you're a grown woman. Why is that still bothering you? You know? Like, why are you trying to run away from all of that? So, I don't know. I feel like Alex's character resonated better with me than Poppy's did, just because, like, Alex went through things. I mean, Poppy did too, but, like, come on. Let's talk about the movie. So I finished this book and then almost immediately after watched the movie. And oh my gosh, that thing was trash. That might be a hot take, because that is a hot take, actually. Because I have been taking a break off of social media. I literally re-downloaded TikTok to see what everybody was saying about the movie. And there was not enough hate. Poppy was insufferable in that movie. Like, I loved Alex's character because Tom Blythe, obviously. I actually thought he played that really well. I thought it was really well casted. Like, he played Snow really well. So obviously he's got like that cold shut off like demeanor that he's able to play. So he played Alex really well. I just didn't, Poppy infuriated me in the movie. And I didn't like the storylines that they changed. They took out a whole bunch of the summers. They changed up what happened with them that one summer. And it just made it even worse. And like, there were just I was sitting there talking to my husband the entire time and saying, yep, this is different. Yep, this is different. And I would pause and explain to him what happened and he'd be like, wow, this isn't even the same storyline. And I was like, I know. They literally kept like the core concepts. Everything else was up to their interpretation, is what I felt like. I don't know, some of it was the same, like New Orleans felt the same. They didn't have Croatia. They did Tuscany instead and changed that entire storyline. And I hate the way they changed it because now it's like morally wrong. Yeah, I did not like the movie, if you can't tell. The book was okay. I think I want to give the book like 3.5 stars. I can't remember if I rated this on Goodreads yet or not. I either put 3 or 4 stars, I can't remember, but my official rating is 3.5 stars. But the movie, 2 stars. Absolutely hated it. Extra star because Tom Blythe did really good in his role. But I seriously could not stand movie Poppy. Like, even more. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, but I finally did it. I finally read People We Meet on Vacation, and that is one more book off of my physical TBR. I'm so proud of myself, even though there's literally so many more books that I need to get to. Alright, I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more book content. I'm also going to be posting some mom postpartum like lifestyle content too. So if any of that interests you, make sure you subscribe. You can also turn on post notifications if you just really want to know whenever I post. I'm going to try and keep it Fridays at noon. We will see. It's actually the day before this video is supposed to go up, and I'm just now finishing this part of it. So I have a lot of editing to do. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see y'all in next week's video.